Hi, everybody. Welcome back. It's the Sprawl. So you got to make a move, right? That's the thing that happens to determine what is available to you vis-a-vis information about your job.
I
Um,
guess.
so who's making who takes the lead on this job negotiation business? It
Well,
sounded like Jinx was doing this.
I know it's
yeah, I
definitely not
kind of
me.
was.
Yes, gotcha. You,
Yes.
you you can only navigate negotiate very aggressively in one direction.
With my jackhammer-sized rifle.
Exactly, with your mega gun. So
I mean, sure, yeah, I can do it.
I think it might be you.
Hopefully, I'll roll edge a little better than I did the first time I did the second.
Okay, so you're gonna get the job.
Yeah, well, no,
Nope.
we don't get the
Wow.
job. I don't know.
All right,
but
so you do not get
Jesus.
useful information or useful assets. The job doesn't pay well. The meeting attracts attention, and your employer is not identifiable. So this guy does not
I
make
just
the
have
mistake of
real
telling you.
bad luck.
You're not very. Yeah, you're on a horrible
Wow.
streak. You're earning your name, Jinx. You're earning your name. Um. Okay.
Sorry.
All right. So let me make a couple of quick notes here. So attention equals yes. And you don't find out who he is. All right. So he doesn't tell you who he is, but he does show you um a few things. So we see in the hologram some video of, like, we see an AR video of like a bunch of people, like it looks almost like footage from a zombie movie, like a crowd of people up against the glass doors of what looks like a closed shopping facility. Or you can see in the background just rows and rows of product just out into the distance. And there's all these people like pushed up against it, like, clamoring. And they're all wearing like cold weather, like parkas and stuff. And then the doors open and they all rush in screaming. Like, start grabbing things off the shelf. And it looks like a riot. It looks like looting. And then we see some kind of three-dimensional, because it's the future. So, they have three-dimensional holographic like profit projections, and like it's essentially just like a bunch of complicated business reporting, but in 3D because it's the future. And we see that, and all these, these profits, and there's a spike that shows like profits are going up. And there is a calendar or some kind of countdown. And your employer, he says, well, as I'm sure you know, it's almost Black Friday. And Black Friday is it's a sacred and ancient American tradition that has been translated over the decades to other parts of the world, mostly by Hasty Mart and its conglomerate associations.
Oh no.
Black Friday is a near religious ceremony of consumerism and consumption, to the point where it has completely eclipsed any other seasonal purchasing. Like Christmas, no, not as good. This is the big day. And this guy, so he's like,
So what part of this is cyberpunk?
Black Friday's coming up, and he says, but what you might not know is how important this is to people at the Big H. And he like taps his little name badge, which is currently like it's turned off. So it's like, welcome to Hasty Mart. My name is, and then a big blank, whatever. And it's like, how can I help you buy? And he says to you, I'm gonna show you something beautiful. And he like hits a button on his little display, and this stuff all fizzes out, and you see this big golden like sigil. It's like a three-dimensional holographic trophy, and it says under it, certification of adequate performance. And it's just floating, like glittering in space here. And he says, listen, in every single municipal district, only one manager can earn the cap. And for the last 3 years, and he like waves it away, and you see instead this
Oh
this
my
very
God.
corporate picture of a woman. She's a white woman, kind of longish brown hair, wearing the same outfit that he's wearing, but like the lady version, right? So it's like a power suit instead of a polo shirt and pants. And she's got this kind of like smile, if like an undead shark would smile. Like it's just like this blank kind of like I'm going to kill and eat you smile, but like also welcome to Hasty Mart. And he says this is Black Widow. I guess technically her name's Bethany. She's a manager. And listen, she's won the cap the last 3 years running, and I'm sick of it. I'm goddamn sick of it. It's my turn. And he looks at you, and he says, I don't care how you do it. I don't care. Everything's on the table. Well, and he like kind of like saying, he's like, well, all right, don't kill her or whatever. But everything else.
Aw.
So like, you know, we can't do your job for you, right? Like you still have to sell shit. Like I can't.
Yeah, he nods and he's like, oh, you don't worry about that. And he like cracks his hairy knuckles, like leans on the table. And he's like, oh, do not worry. I know how to sell shit. It's just, there's got to be something. And he like, thumbs his chest. He's like, I'm the best damn. And he like, kind of like squeezes his hands. You can see him get a little emotional. And he's like, she's cheating. I know it. So I don't know. Find out what she's doing and then broadcast it to the whole Matrix sphere, or I don't know, release some kind of bio whatever agent in her store. It doesn't matter. She can't win the cap this year. All right, and it's
It would be a lot easier if you just let us kill her.
He shakes his head. He says, nope. Listen, we got a code. All right, us middle managers, and it's part of that code that. We're a family. And listen, sometimes you gotta meddle in your family's affairs, but you don't kill them. All right? That's against the rules.
And of course, how could you beat her if she's dead?
And he grins and he's like, yeah, I like this one. This one knows what's up. You're the one in charge now. That's not
You don't
her.
get to just say who's in charge. That's not how this works. Like that's not no.
He's like, I'm paying your paychecks, aren't I? Come on.
Also, like, hilarious. I am kind of the one in
Yes,
charge.
totally. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
This one's the assistant manager, and you can be the assistant manager's assistant.
No, you don't get to demote me. That's not what's happening. Like, no, I could just like if you could go to somebody else. You seem to know a lot of people who do jobs like this, right? Like, I'm in charge. They're the
See, this
muscle.
right here is why the job is not paying well. It's like them fighting.
Yeah, exactly.
Like totally ruins everything.
I'm just like silently looking through like this scope at this belligerent conversation that I can only hear the see the lips thinking of, and I'm just imagining the huge Katja eye roll at like Jinx being belligerent up in the face of the person saying.
I really like the idea of seeing this from Katja's perspective, and we have this kind of overlaid crosshairs, and it's going back and forth between Jinx and the guy, like kind of just dipping back and forth.
I could just right now.
My finger just slipped a little bit.
So he says to you, he's like, listen, however you do it, I don't care, but you got to know she's not Black Widow for nothing. She's a dangerous individual, and listen, if I'm a smart man, but if I'm coming up with this plan to hire outside help, you got to know she's doing it too. So
you guys work retail, like.
He leans back like, can you think of a more cutthroat environment?
Yeah, like damn right.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah, he nods, he leans back and he's like, it's the only war worth fighting. Like folds his arms over his chest. So
where does she work? What store does she work at? Where is she? Where we find her?
So he says I got an information packet for you. Only things available to people who are outside the hasty net. Security clearance is important. I don't want you to find out anything you shouldn't know, but everything you need is in here. And he kind of like slides a data chip to you, and he says, what matters to me right now is I gotta win that cap, and you gotta make sure that Bethany's satisfaction score is puce level or lower. We gotta
Puce.
teach her a lesson.
What other colors are there?
He looks at you and he's like, listen, honey, I don't have the time to explain to you the Hasty Mart's satisfaction score system. It's very complicated. I didn't go to Hasty University for 4 years to give that knowledge away. It's expensive, all right? Hey, you do good at this, I will put in a good word for you at Hasty U. Get you in the advanced placement program. I can do that.
Yeah, I think I'm all right. And like everything in her life is complete bullshit.
So he gets up and he like adjusts his
Would
tie.
be doing better in Hasty U.
He gets up at exactly the same time his watch starts to beep, and he kind of grins with satisfaction, like fixes his tie, and he looks at it and he's like, gotta go. Breaks over. And like Riker's back over the chair, kind of like gets one foot like stuck a little on it, and then like stands up, brushes himself off, and he's like, I'll know when the job's done, because I'm gonna have that cap, finally. Don't be in touch. And he turns around. You can hear his rubber-soled shoes squeaking on the floor.
Yeah, nice meeting you too. Have fun in your future criminal activities.
And as he walks back the way he came, we can see the table that was kind of like doing the top thing is now surrounded by mall security who are trying to like jump in and stop it. Like there's a bunch of armored dudes because it's digging a channel in the floor and there's sparks flying everywhere. And I think that when he walks by, it pings off a hard part of the floor. It's like worn away the top layer, and it hits a support joist underneath, and like bounces and goes flying and hits the layer above it and cracks it. And a big like Tasty Whale franchise office just breaks through the floor and falls and shatters on the floor below, and like chaos just sets in, like just panic and chaos.
Holy shit, that's like 2 dead people for sure.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh my god. Oh my god, I was about to say this is pathetic, but this is fucking fantastic. Can we just film this for like
You do
Come on.
whatever.
And Relay just like very passively like sweeps their eyes across all this happening and like gets the perfect shot of it, right?
oh my god. Oh, it makes me so happy. I'm so glad I came.
Yeah, so the mall turns to Katya. You see this. You have the sort of first opportunity to do something. I imagine you're already disassembling your gun as you see the chaos start to break out.
Well, the great thing about my gun is it looks like a power tool, right? So
Yeah.
if I just like hoist it over my shoulder, it'll be fine. Just take the scope off of it and like shorten the barrel a bit, and we're good to go.
Do you like when you're doing incognito? Do you wear just like a big like construction jumpsuit or whatever, and just have it in a
like a reflective vest, you know? And
yeah. A hard
Yeah,
hat.
the coveralls and the reflective vest, yeah.
Yeah, big pack of cigarettes in the pocket.
Of course, yeah. With the long stakeouts, you know.
All right.
As to what I would do in this situation, I think it's just time to leave. We've got the job. Like,
Yeah.
there's gonna be security here in a second, and who knows who they'll be. Like, depends where this mall is, I guess. But
Yeah,
As
Relay
much
just
as
pops
I
off
hate-
their stool and
Yeah.
like pulls their little Gomipan backpack on, and like the cables and stuff all like eject from their neck and like reel back into the device. And,
Yeah,
and
Gomi
zip it back up.
Gomiplan plays the little 6-note Gomi Gomi jingle, and then
Yeah.
in Japanese says something that translates into like "feed me your trash," and then his little mouth opens and the cables all zip back in.
Yeah, and Relay looks significantly at Jinx while it says "feed me your trash," and then walks, just like calmly participates in the evacuation, like just like the most calm Hindu cow vibes as I just evacuate along with everyone else. So like just trying to escape any kind of notice.
Perfect. All right, so the group of you, I think with the raised level of security in the mall, the like chaos, it's pretty easy for you to slip out, right? Because they're like, all right, everybody, the food court is temporarily food courts level 2 and 3 are temporarily closed. And they start funneling people not out of the mall, but to the layer above and below the tragedy, so they can continue eating. and the tables go into auto follow mode, so they just like ping to whoever was eating, and they just like float after them, carrying all their food.
As like people are leaving and like probably leaving some of their food behind because like the closer stuff to the chaos, I like snag some like fries and like a drink, and I'm just like, yeah, this is mine now.
Okay, great.
You just scoop someone else's food, you fucking jerk.
Yeah.
These fries have ketchup inside them.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, ketchup.
The fries.
It's amazing.
Ketchup injected fries.
It's amazing.
They're like gushers, but with ketchup.
If that doesn't happen in the future, I'm done.
Oh, gross.
Oh god.
What's great is then
fried
you can dip them in ketchup and you get twice as much ketchup.
I love ketchup.
That would be gross. That'd be too much ketchup. For me.
Yeah, they have like
It's
fancy
like-
flavor injections for the fries.
It's like drinking a whole bottle of marinara sauce.
Marinara and ketchup are different things.
It's like a smoothie. Okay, so so you leave the mall with your fries in tow. Where do you go? What do you do? So you accept the mission, so everybody mark experience. And then you can begin your legwork phase.
Okay, so we just need to get this.
So at the beginning of the mission, I need to roll something. Actually.
Yes, right. Yeah, if anybody has
it
those.
all fits together for
I do not believe that this mission furthers my vision.
No.
So
funny thing, while you're getting ready to do that, funny thing, during the prep for this mission, I had to ask chat what was I needed a name for the day before Black Friday. I was like, Black Friday Eve, and somebody in chat was like, it's Thanksgiving, Adam. Thanksgiving is the word you're looking for there. And I was like, oh, right.
Yeah, Canadian.
Well, that, and also it's like not ironic, but like it kind of fits nicely with the fact that the holiday became Black Friday and just absorbed everything
My
else.
sister works in retail, and she has to like leave Thanksgiving dinner early to go work Thanksgiving night.
It's the nerpsiest
Black
day of the
Friday.
year. So
It's the
what?
shittiest day of the year.
How much cred do y'all want to stake on this? On this
2
mission?
for me.
Gotcha, 2. Okay. Relay. How much cred do you want to stake? Do you guys also going to do 2? Okay. So Jinx and Relay. What do you think? Because you'll need one during the mission if you want to call in a contact.
So 2.
I'm gonna stake 1 cred.
Okay. So 1 Relay and 2 for Jinx. Okay. All right. So mark those
I'm
cred.
not holding out hope that this mission's gonna go well.
Yeah, mark those cred off. I've got them noted here.
So I've rolled 2 rolls this game so far, and I've rolled 4 sixes total.
I saw
It's
that.
crazy.
Yeah.
So
Who
I've got
are
3
you, and what have you done with
Fortunes
Distracted
of-
Elf?
I know. I've got 3 hold for, and of course the shitty rolls that don't mean anything. Basically, in the grand scheme of things, I do really well on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's fine.
Just keep building this fake notion of how your luck is skewed, Elf. Just keep compiling it.
It's true though.
I mean, the more you talk about it and emphasize it, the more it'll play into people's confirmation bias every time they see you roll.
That's
Yeah.
great.
Be like,
The
oh
sub-
yeah, that's totally that thing. And then
the
any roll
subconscious,
contradicts
the
it,
subconscious magic that you're working on the people who watch these shows to affect your dice rolling is it's working out great.
But it's.
Anyway, so what
It
was that?
was already a meme, okay? Like I didn't start the meme.
What was that? What was that edge roll for?
It's for It All Fits Together, which is like making connections
Right,
between
it's your hold.
related and unrelated
Okay.
events.
All
I
right.
get a hold to ask a research question at any time.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, and then anybody else have pre-mission stuff? Okay.
Nope, I already did my shit.
So I hook back up with the team, and the first thing I say is, "So, what the fuck are we doing?"
Some retail management asshole wants to win a stupid award, but he's paying us, and that's all that matters. So we just have to sabotage his stupid retail not friend so
Well,
that she doesn't win.
the
She sounds like
easiest-
someone you'll like, Katya.
why?
Oh, you know, cutthroat, badass, hardworking lady. That's the kind of people you like, right?
I sort of shrug
Just
and
like
go,
you, Katya.
I sort of shrug and go, The problem with cutthroat, hardworking, badass ladies is they are more difficult to deal with. When I'm working with people like you, I get to look very competent all the time. But the rest of them, maybe not.
We just have to sabotage some retail shit. Like, it's literally the easiest job that we've ever taken. Do not fuck this shit up.
I think perhaps the easiest way to sabotage a retail outfit is sabotage the store so that it is not open for the day when they need to sell things.
Also, we have Drez here. He could easily just alter whatever records need to be altered in what's his butt's favor. She needs to be like puce or something. Just
Yeah, so if you close the store, you're entering a null value there instead of a negative one, right? Like for Bethany's franchise satisfaction score to dip, people have to have a bad experience in the store, not no experience at all.
Oh my god, I could totally give people a bad experience in that fucking store.
We need to do like customer suppression behaviors, right? Like,
And then Drez will just hack the computer to make sure it shows what it needs to show. Puce. Whatever that fucking is.
well,
There aren't many things in the world that are better encrypted than corporate profit scores.
Are you
Like,
saying you
that's
can't do it?
I mean, I can do a lot of things, but I can't do that. Not with this hardware. Like
But I
this
can't
is
do-
hacking.
That's what I thought too. Yeah.
Their hacking is like this, except it's actually a skyscraper full of these.
Let's just put it this way. Their corporate headquarters probably has about 20 people who are better at hacking the DRES, all working at the same time to stop DRES from doing the thing.
I wouldn't say better. I'd say more focused in on this shit.
the obvious vulnerability
Actually,
here.
you know what we should do? We should get Jinx hired at the Hasty Mart for temporary whatever, and then just have her be the shittiest.
No. This guy said they go to some fucking university for 4 years. Ain't no fucking way.
I'm sure that they draft emergency laborer for Black.
Of course they do.
And of course, the key vulnerability here isn't the company itself, but the people shopping there. They won't be well protected.
Maybe we just tell those people to rate this lady puce or whatever. Like,
So they don't. Maybe you wouldn't know this. The customer. Well, this is part of legwork, I guess. Understanding the satisfaction score and how it works. Yeah.
So who are we sending to the like Hasty U crash course?
Jinx!
Like,
It has to be Jinx!
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I
This
think
is the
everyone
plan.
agrees it has
This
to
I
be.
is
want
the
to see
plan.
Jinx with like a blue vest on, like Walmart style, like
oh my
a
god,
little name tag, you know?
fuck you. They wouldn't even hire me.
She has to
Good
have
luck
like,
trying to get that to happen.
I mean, this is the hack, right? Is getting
Yeah.
her into the
Today on a full hasty jacket.
yeah hasty
yeah.
camp.
Oh yeah, totally. Hasty Mart employee boot camp is a for reals thing.
This is bullshit.
Jinx,
So
do you-
I would like to ask a research question with a hold point.
Okay,
So-
sure.
and that would be how secure is Hasty Mart emergency employee application?
I think like relatively they do background checks and stuff. So you couldn't just go and be like, I want a job, and they would give you one. A job is not, employment is not a right. It is a luxury afforded to you by deserving it. So yeah, like Jinx couldn't just walk up and be like, I want to work at Hasty Mart. You would have to, like.
So what I'm gonna say in this conversation then is, I've had things that I've had to do with the Hasty Mart applications before, and people have worked those things say that you need some experience at least. So you'd have to add some kind of record to Jinx herself, her record. You know.
Yeah, you could doctor Jinx's employment record and like
Just say she has
education.
worked at Hasty Mart in fucking Cologne for 3 years or something.
Do I look like I worked in a Hasty Mart in Cologne for 3 years?
It doesn't matter what you look like. They don't even look at you. They just scan the fucking ID.
Whatever.
You think they care about your face?
Like, retail is hard.
Look, we couldn't trust anybody else with this. You're the only one who's got the smarts and the drive and the determination to work in retail. None of us would make it. You've got experience.
D-Rose, I can hear the bullshit that you're spouting right now.
We wouldn't make it on the inside.
You have the most experience selling things to people. He is right.
And how has that worked out so far?
Really poorly, which is what we fucking want.
I love that it's like, we want you to do this because you suck at it. You're a terrible drug dealer. Go work at Hasty Mart.
See, this is where she like actually does a good job and ruins the mission, though.
I realize I'm getting too much of this wit from yesterday's character.
Oh
I
my
need
god,
to
it's
stop.
really funny.
No, you need to keep going. This is perfect. This is just like Katya being like, yes, finally, I get to like get my revenge on this shit kid and make her do something.
You know what?
Perfect.
Fuck all of you. I'll do this stupid thing, but just because I fucking need money, all right? Like, whatever.
You know, I have heard that sometimes you have to work a shit job so you can survive.
Do you know what people are gonna think if they see me in that stupid fucking store?
Probably something like, oh god, now Hasty Mart are hiring street rats. We best make the rating score puce or some shit. So
Whatever.
it works. It works for us.
I need a disguise. I'm not going in there looking like this. People know me.
Oh my god, is it time for the makeover sequence?
Yes.
I need a disguise.
So, okay.
Oh my God.
Fine. I'm gonna
Who
declare
knows
contact right now.
I was about to say, so someone needs to know someone who can make drinks over.
I'm gonna hit the streets.
Okay, so your contact that you want to establish here, Katya, who is
He's
this?
like they're like a beauticians, you
Yeah.
know, like an aestheticians.
I
like
can
a whole
never pronounce that word either.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we're talking about like a beautician, esthetician, are you talking like how fancy is this person? Is this a
This is the kind of person that I would have worked with before, so probably not that fancy, but like they're good. That's the idea.
Okay, all
Be
right,
able to change Jinx from street rat into whatever we want.
okay, all right. Time to Doctor Doolittle this situation. Let me see if I can find. Okay, so yeah, so this guy.
Let me know when you want to roll. When you want to roll for this.
Well, so let's talk about the context. So do they work at do they have their own salon kind of situation, or do they work in like a corporate chain? Are they a like who's their prime like audience?
Yeah. I think I'm thinking of like the people that Katya would know that would do this kind of thing, right? And what I immediately thought was this is the person who does like the corporate haircuts for Freyr.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You know, like one of those kind of people. Like
It could totally be like this massive like ex bodybuilder Krug like laborer, and he's just decided no, it's not lifting anymore. It's like I am into cutting hair.
I
definitely
love
think
that
so,
idea. Yeah, totally. Yeah, huge tough Krug dude who like worked on the Leviat for years until he could retire, and then he took his retirement money and he bought a nail salon. And
Yeah,
just
oh
runs the
my
salon.
god, that's so good.
Yes.
Yeah,
Mhm,
cool.
mhm.
Okay.
Massive, like beefy,
Yeah.
tattooed, bald
Yeah,
headed.
he's got like
Vlad Tepes as the esthetician.
yeah, he's got the cybernetic arm, and he's got all like attachments for like nail clippers and like shavers and like
Yeah,
little
yeah.
water
So I imagine he has like
spray.
a Bato style cyber eyes. They're just like the kind of chrome like circle like kind of cylinders. He's bald. He's got like a little curly like tuft of bright green hair that like
Got
comes
like
out
the
in a little
Armstrong
forelock.
curl.
Yeah. But yeah, he's like just huge and like cartoonishly like ripped. But yeah, like really like quiet and like just has given up that life of Krug brutality. But in the salon there are there are pictures stuck up all over the place of like photos of him and his his Krug buddies. On the Leviat and like sort of stuff left over from his life there.
And there's also like pictures of him with like these elaborately made up like beautiful women and that he's like styled like very like classy. And you're just like, the fuck?
Like, where did he learn all this? Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh my god, he's so good.
Cool. All right, I like him.
Okay, so we need a name for this dude. And then you can write him down on your sheet, and then we can see what he can do with Jinx.
Boris.
Okay.
I don't know.
Boris. Why always Boris?
Boris Armstrong, because he is the alchemist to my head.
Are we actually calling this guy Boris?
No.
No, it should be like Stislav or something, like one of those weird like many compounded names.
All right, I'll look up a name. Let's see here.
Yeah. Give us some
He
Russian.
must have a very sophisticated name, right? Like maybe he had some short like.
Well, no,
blunt
his
name,
Krug
but now
his
he
Krug
has
name
a-
was like Krug employee 647552-M, right? Like
Yeah.
he didn't have a name.
So now he's got like a fancy, light, like sophisticated name.
His name is Leonid, but you call him Leo. Leonid Vasilovich Nazarenko. There we go.
Nice.
Leo. Okay.
Sweet.
Leo. And his shop is just called Leo's. And it's got like a big regal looking like lion head, like a heraldic like lion head with a crown on it. And inside everything is like highly polished dark wood. No, there's no like AR or TVs in this place, and I like the idea of with the clipper things, but I also think that like for his real work, he has a set of like antique like scissors and stuff. Yeah, that he's like really proud of, and he probably like spent years like trying to hunt down all the pieces to fill out the kit. And yeah, so he has this salon that he runs.
So I'm gonna hit the street to go see Leo.
Yeah, so let's go see Leo.
Jinx in tow.
So is it just Katya and Jinx that go?
That's up to everybody else. I'm not gonna stop.
I want to make over tea.
Just for free. It's like me.
You have a TV for a head.
You take off your TV head.
We'll get there. So yeah, so go ahead and roll to hit the street. Let's see how this
Is
goes.
it edge or hit the street? I think it is.
No,
No, style.
style.
All right. Okay.
So it'll cost you one. Just blowing it out of the water today.
Boom!
Damn. All right.
So on a 10, you get a little something extra.
Which would be a D-Res.
Okay. So yeah, you can make those choices, right? So Intel or gear from the barber, which I don't know, maybe Intel makes more sense.
Intel
Gossip, right?
Talk to people. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Great. So it'll cost you 1 cred, and then let's play that out. So does everybody go, or Relay, do you go as well, or you stay behind?
I'm gonna go do other shit.
Okay. All right. So Katya, Jinx, and Drez come in, and
so I like lead them to the front of this establishment and push them through the door, sort of thing.
And to like establish like first like how I look before, what before and after. Like she's got her like half shaved, undercut like blue hair, faux hawk, and she wears like a neon tube top, a jean skirt, and some fucking stripy tights and combat boots, very like tank girl-esque. And like she's probably got bubble gum that she's popping really annoying noises, and like she comes in and she leans against the wall and she's like folding her arms like, this is bullshit. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So in the background of the shop, there's some quiet like balalaika music playing. He's wearing he's wearing two of the three pieces of a three-piece suit, tailored especially for him because he's huge and sort of triangle shaped. And he's wearing the vest, and he's got a little comb sticking up out of the pocket. He's got a white shirt on with the sleeves rolled up. His arms are just like a network of faded blue like tattoos, and he's got huge gold rings on one hand. He's got his tie slightly undone and his shirt like unbuttoned because it's like a little warm in here. And he's just like doing some like tool like maintenance when you come in. So he's like just
To push the door
adjusting.
open, I imagine there's some kind of like bell or noise or what have you. Like it seems like that kind of place.
Yeah, a little brass, like a patinaed brass bell gets like nudged by the door when you open it, and it rings.
Yeah. So like
Oh, this dude is so analog.
Yeah, totally.
Walk inside and like I think we've met before, me and Leo.
Oh
definitely.
yeah, I think so.
And I just say, Leo, are you busy?
And he looks over at you. And when was the last time you saw him, and under what circumstances?
I think it has to be something to do with the commandant back when I was like.
Did he make like? I guess here's the thing: is that he's done jobs for the commandant. He has a bunch of commandant like clients. But was this a work related thing or a social thing? Like, did he make you up to look nice for an event?
I think this is where like I went for the same treatment sort of thing, for something. You know, you got to hide all the tattoos and like make sure everything's looking classy for some job or something.
Okay. So, how long ago was this?
Probably a couple of years.
Sure. Okay. So he says quietly, like he's like, "One moment, I'll be with you." And we see him, like just like it's already straight. There's a piece of like fabric, soft fabric with all his tools laid out on it, and it's already like to us it looks straight. And he just like nudges a razor slightly, and then he steps back, like looks at it. You hear the whirring of his Krug like eye implants as he focuses and then refocuses, and then he kind of brushes his hands off, and he's like, he's perfect. And then he turns. And then he sees you, like he heard you and everything, but it didn't process. And then he smiles. He's got like a couple of like gold teeth, and he grins and he puts out his huge arms. He's like, Katya, and like walks towards you to like hug you.
I embrace him.
Okay, he picks you. You can't get your arms around him, so he just picks you up. And he smells like you can smell his cologne, and it's like very expensive. And
I have a very exciting project for you. I
and
think you appreciate the ambition.
Yeah, and he smiles and looks at you, and I mean, you look like a hard-bitten operative, right? Like you don't
kind of, like little bit of that like gothiness thrown in there, but yeah, she's like a professional. Her hair's like fairly short and like no makeup or anything.
So he looks at you, and it's kind of hard to tell what he's thinking because he has these sort of like chrome circles for eyes. But he like raises an eyebrow and he says, "Well, I am intrigued."
And then you hear like a loud gum like pop, and like she's just like, not for her.
And he kind of just like leans past you, Katya, to look in, and he says, "Katya, who is your friend?"
This is Jinx. She is going to get a job for us.
And he says, your name is Jinx.
Yeah, what's it to you?
This seems like a bad luck name to have. Your parents were unkind. You just don't say anything.
And she's giving him a look like, what?
Yeah, he shrugs and he says, we cannot help the circumstances of our birth. And he like pats the vinyl seat of the shiny vinyl seat of one of his chairs, and he says, "Come, sit."
And
Well,
she
Yeah.
takes the gum and she like sticks it to the top of a garbage can. Like,
Well, yeah, you take it out of your mouth and you go to like place it, and his like huge meaty hand just closes over yours, and like guides you down to the trash.
and she like deflates a little bit and like sits in the chair and she's like, this better be something that
So-
I can like.
So you walk over the chair, and it's like quite high and quite large, right? Like you have to climb up into it. But
Yeah.
instead of lowering it, he sticks his hands under your arms and just picks you up and like plunks you in the chair.
Dude, like, please, I can fucking get in a chair.
And he gets in all close and starts like looking at you, and like grabs your chin.
Like,
and kinda
this isn't forever. I better
tilts-
be able to get this hair back. I like my hair.
tilts your head around, like kind of like puts both hands, like he puts his hands around like you're a basketball, like on your head.
I do the mom thing basically and like sit in a chair like in the like waiting area.
Whip out a magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's just like feeling your.
What
your
are you
head.
doing?
Quiet, I'm working. Like, and then he takes his hands off, and he turns to you, Katya, and he says, "What would you like me to make of her?"
I need her to be able to get a job at Hasty Mart.
he looks at you like, really?
Make her nice for her interview at McDonald's.
Yeah, pretty much. And he
better,
says,
better than that, obviously, so that she is a candidate they will take.
and he says, you know they have drone barbers for these sorts of things.
Yes, but
make you
none-
look like all the rest of Hasty Mart employees. I am an artist. Why have you brought her to me?
Because she is particular. And you have a knack for making sure that someone is satisfied by the end of all this. Remember? I was just like her.
He nods, and he
Jinx does the whole like, you're fuck. Like the whole like, you were like me, please.
Uh-huh.
and he leans down to you, Jinx, and he looks you. You see yourself reflected in his eyes, and maybe for the last time, right? Looking at yourself the way that you look now, and he leans in, and he says, "Sometimes, little one, we must change what we are on the outside. But you have to know, whatever I do here today, I will not change." And he like taps your sternum. He's like, "What you are on the inside. And he kind of gestures at you, like the way you look. He's like, it is an illusion. I am an illusionist. I craft story out of hair and makeup. We will use your face to tell a story about a good girl who wants job at Hasty Mart very much. Can you help me tell this story?"
And she's got the whole like, you're really intense for someone who cuts hair. Like look on her face.
And then, so when you look kind of hesitant, he grabs you by both shoulders and like jolts you a little bit, and he's like, "Please, I cannot do this alone. Every time I am cutting hair is like ballet, dance between scissor and scalp, between hair and razor. We must be partners in this."
I feel like at this point, while this speech is going on, I'm kind of listening, like, and like reading something in AR or what have you.
Right.
And there's like a small sigh from Katya that's like, "Oh yeah, he's good," you know, like.
Right.
I forgot how fucking extra this dude was.
But it's like a good sign, not like exasperated.
Yeah.
So Dearest is actually there, and it's very easy to forget
Yeah.
as well, because they're being super quiet, and it probably after you sigh, Katya, Dearest kind of like leans in a little bit closer and says, "I'm kind of changing my mind. Actually, I'm a bit nervous."
You don't have to change anything. I'm not even going to be there.
Oh, I thought it might. Yeah, never mind.
Never mind. So, Jinx, what do you say?
I like look at the guy and I'm like, For a long second, I just like stare at him, like questioning his weird commitment to haircuts. And then I'm like, yeah, I could use a change, I guess.
And
I'll do whatever. Like, it's fine. Like, just fucking fuck with my hair. I don't fucking care.
he shakes his head. He's like, no, this attitude will not do. And he like holds your face, and he says, I must have passion, belief. You must want it.
I must want a job at Hasty Mart.
She shakes his head. No, the job is not important. There is no job at Hasty Mart. There is no mirror. There is no friend. There is no barbershop. There is only you and I. And the dance. Dance with me. Just stares you in the face.
We're dancing now. This is the weirdest haircut I've ever gotten, and you haven't even cut my hair yet.
And I think he like lets go and he puts both hands up and he looks over at you, Kachi, and he's like, I cannot help you.
What?
And he just like turns away and folds his arms over his chest.
What do you want from me? I just like I'm trying. Get like fuck.
Katya makes some kind of like, you know, tongue clicking, like it's a shame, you know.
Fine, whatever. I'll go get a fucking robot haircut if that's what you really want. Like shit. Don't even fucking stupid job. Like whatever.
But Leo, aren't the tougher jobs more satisfying when they appear?
And he looks at you and he says this is difference between you and I, Katya. Those who feel my blade, they want it. And he like kind of like leans in all intense, and he says, "This one she does not want."
She just doesn't know that she wants it.
And he kind of like I don't want to hear that. And he's like, "I'm going into the back." And he like just walks out into a back room. And you know he's leaving to like give you time to change Jinx's mind.
I'm gonna talk to Jinx. Yeah.
Okay.
Stand up from where I'm sitting and like walk over to where Jinx is in the like barber chair.
Mhm.
Go. He's an artist. Just like you take pride in your work, he takes pride in his work. He wants to make sure that you will not be upset with it in the end. Temperamental, but brilliant. Just agree wholeheartedly, please.
He fucking asked me to dance with him. That's not like
It is a metaphor. You do not have to dance. You just have to sit there and be happy about it.
okay, whatever. It's a haircut. I don't understand why.
See, this is what it's what I'm saying. When you respond like that, he gets all, you know, uncooperative.
Just tell me what to say. Just like straight up, just like pipe it into my ear and I will just say it and then we can get this stupid fucking haircut. Right? And then we can go and do a job and get money and then I can go back to doing things that aren't work at Hasty Mart.
When he comes back out of the back, you will beg him to help you.
Beg.
Very enthusiastically.
Me.
Yes.
Fine.
Go on, show me.
You don't believe I can do it?
Not with that face.
This is just my face.
Leo!
D-Rez, come over here. Come over here. Come here. D-Rez.
Okay. Yep. What's up?
Put your dumb robot face in the most benign expression that you can find that's not Katya staring back at me, all right? Just fucking do it.
Okay, it goes for a second, and it like kind of goes blank while I'm thinking of a new picture, and then a relic of the past, long forgotten except by those who mean incredibly strongly, and it's Immy JP happy just stretched across.
Yikes! So there's this stretched out, awful pink smiley face. Perfect. Okay.
Oh, it's disgusting.
A hideous sign from the ancient past.
Oh, fine. Like, whatever. Fuck. That's just. Fuck. And like she like covers her eyes so she doesn't have to fucking see it. And she's just like, Leo, can you? Shit. Starting over. Okay. I really need this haircut. Please.
Perfect. Good. Real thing. Like.
And so when you turn to see where he's gone, and you can see him, and he's like leaned against the door frame, like he was listening to the whole thing. Like he didn't really leave. He just walked out and then came back, and he just kind of like leans back, and he's like, "Yes, I will cut your hair." And he reaches into his pocket and he draws out the comb and just kind of like snaps it, and then we cut to break.
Okay.
So let's take a break here, and you can think about what Jinx looks like when she's in job interview mode.
I already know what she looks like.
All right, perfect. So we'll find out when we get back. Stick around, everybody. We'll be back with more Roll20 Presents The Sprawl right after this.